Good morning. Draining out, heavy rainfall leading to flooding across parts of the country. Many people are now dealing with the aftermath. This morning, how much rain fell and an update on the recovery.
Plus, more vaccinations. Hoosiers 50 and older are now eligible to get COVID-19 shots. The governor getting his vaccine moments ago. The latest on the vaccine efforts across the state.
And here comes the sun. Cooler temperatures are expected this weekend, but sunshine and spring temps are on the way. Our weather team tracking it all. Get the coffee ready and open up those eyes. You're waking up with Cardinal Weather.
From Ball State Unified Media, you're waking up with Cardinal Weather, live from the Ball State Weather Center.
Oh, so relaxing here on this Friday morning. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for being here with us. I have a special friend joining me here this morning from NewsLink, Indiana, our pal Rebecca Rosado. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you, Tyler?
Yeah, I'm doing great. You know, a little tired, but you know what? Having you here makes the day a lot brighter. Of course, pretty cold out there this morning as we came in.
Yes, very chilly, very chilly. I know my fingertips were cold and my car took a long time to heat up.
Yeah, so hopefully we've got warmer temperatures on the way. In fact, I'm hearing that spring weather is coming. Good morning, Ryan Crump.
Yes, good morning, Rebecca and Tyler. Spring is coming, and it's going to feel a little bit more like spring next week. Not so much today, because we're still going to be experiencing those chilly temperatures. We'll get more to that in just a moment. But right now, it did wake up to temperatures in the 20s, 27 degrees in Indianapolis, 25 degrees in Muncie, and 26 degrees right now in Kokomo at this hour. Now, it is also pretty chilly at this time. Than we were at this time yesterday. Shelbyville's at 8 degrees cooler. Bloomington and Terre Haute are 9 degrees. Even Lafayette's at 9 degrees cooler than it was at this time yesterday. Now we have also been pretty dry as well, and that's because we look at this. We're seeing this radar, and I'm going to explain a little bit more in my full forecast why it's been so dry and it's actually why it's been so sunny as well. Now coming up, like you said, Tyler, we had those chilly. There's going to be a chilly weekend, but more sunshine also being in our forecast, and guess what? That good news, the 60s will be, yes, the 60s will be coming into our area next week with warmer temperatures. I have all those details coming up.
All right, we're excited for it, Ryan. Thank you so much. At 8:02 now, hey, obviously we're seeing some sunshine here, but other parts of the Midwest not as lucky. They're really seeing a complete 180. They experienced some heavy and dangerous rainfall earlier this week, Rebecca.
Flood warnings were issued from Texas to Ohio, including us here in Indiana. Several inches of rain fell in some areas, leading to historic river flooding. Bob Aaron takes us to the dangerous flooding in West Virginia and Ohio, reminding us why driving in floodwater is pretty dangerous.
The National Weather Service warns turn around, don't drown. Most flood deaths occur in vehicles. It was too late for one car's driver to worry if insurance covers wake damage. There was no shortage of people willing to chance it on busy West Virginia 2 in Mason County as the Ohio River flooded in only minutes after state troopers stopped blocking the highway. A kayaker in the flooded farm field next to the road should have been a warning. This SUV finally made it after stalling out halfway. The people inside said they were almost out of gas and decided to chance a crossing.
We didn't want to risk going back that way because all the gas stations are closed. So we thought we'd risk it, and we got stuck right in the middle. I didn't think we were going to make it.
I had to let it sit for a little bit.
Ohio State Road 7, the other main north-south route, was closed in Gallia County with everything from deep water to mud puddles, ice storm debris, and even construction pipes that floated onto the road blocking travel. Side roads had people taking to boats in the backwater. Sometimes where the river meets the road and the rubber meets the road is the same place, and that can spell trouble.
It's flooded. It's pretty deep. Normally, it's really not this bad. I mean, when it floods and people drive past the signs, they're just kind of endangering themselves. But I mean, I love living here. I wouldn't move for nothing.
Others agree that means repeat flooding for parts of Point Pleasant, backwater flooding in nearby Henderson, and water lapping Main Street in Pomeroy, Ohio. That water is moving with tremendous force, and millions of gallons of it are sending troubles this part of the Ohio River Valley faced downstream to others.
Again, that was Bob Aaron reporting, and out of all states experiencing flooding, Kentucky may have gotten it the worst. Governor Andy Beshear declaring a state of emergency. Take a look at this right here, some shocking video. This is western Kentucky's Callaway County. That's near the Ohio River and the land between the lakes National Recreation Area. Things could get even worse here with the National Weather Service predicting this stretch of river won't reach its highest level for another week. Much of western Kentucky is under flood warnings, with some lasting until mid-March. The governor is activating the Kentucky National Guard, and he's also asking FEMA for some help.
As the U.S. deals with floods, an 8.1 magnitude earthquake struck the Kermadec Island region off the coast of New Zealand earlier today, sparking fears of a tsunami. The earthquake happened about 500 miles off New Zealand's north coast and was the third to strike Friday morning local time. The New Zealand National Emergency Magnitude Agency urged people to seek higher ground or move further inland immediately. Even if the effects weren't felt in some areas, a damaging tsunami was possible, the agency says. All warnings have since been downgraded to a beach and marine threat. This was the largest earthquake to strike anywhere in the world since August 2018. Only one or fewer earthquakes of 8.1 magnitude occur each year.
Let's go ahead now and head down south. A massive iceberg has broken off of an ice shelf in Antarctica. The iceberg measures 490 square miles, making it larger than New York City. It's separated from the 150-meter thick Brunt ice shelf near a British scientific outpost. This was expected. The British Antarctic Survey first discovered a crack about a year ago. There is no evidence of climate change, and they're saying that there's no evidence that contributed to the split. Cracks typically form in the Antarctic summer, and some heal during the winter. Also this morning, let's talk about this right here. Our snow, the good news, it has melted. It has gone away with some help from above average temperatures here in March, but if we look back just a month ago, that was completely different, Rebecca.
Yes, the United States experienced multiple record cold temperatures last month. More than 3,000 daily record cold temperatures were set from February 12th to the 17th. 79 of these were all-time cold records. However, other parts of the world hit all-time highs. Data from NOAA's National Center for Environmental Information showed record warmth outpaced record cold by more than 4 to 1. The fact that much of the rest of the world saw higher than normal temperatures is just another example of the result of human-caused climate change. Globally, average temperatures are increasing, and record warmth has been outpacing the record cold by more than 2 to 1 in the recent decades.
Time now, 8:07, still ahead here on this Friday morning, completely open. Some states loosening COVID-19 restrictions, leading to the debate if now is too soon. We've got the details in moments.
And that's after your weather now.
Hey there, everybody. 25 degrees here on your Friday morning as we're looking right now across part of campus. A very beautiful shot out there. I know it's a bit chilly. A warm-up, though, on the way. Ryan will have more on that later in the show, and Hope will have your national forecast here in moments. But let's talk about COVID-19 now. The coronavirus death toll topped 518,000 this week. Of course, staggering numbers. And so far, America has seen more than 28.7 million cases.
And you know, even with these numbers and warnings from health experts, some states are lifting all of their COVID restrictions. Nick Watts has the latest.
To say that I'm petrified doesn't even really explain the gravity and the depth of my feelings.
1 week from today, no more mask mandate across Texas, and businesses can fully reopen without any state restrictions.
Now is not the time to release all restrictions. Every individual is empowered to do the right thing here, regardless of what the states decide.
In Mississippi, a similarly seismic rollback kicks in less than an hour from now.
We are not going to continue to use the heavy hand of government when it is no longer justified.
Here's what the governor of Texas said he learned from last summer's COVID-19 surge.
If I could go back and redo anything, it probably would have been to slow down the opening of bars.
That was June 26th. Fewer than 6,000 new cases reported in Texas that day. Yesterday, there were 7,300 new cases in his state, yet he said this.
It is now time to open Texas 100%.
Texas has fully vaccinated less than 10% of its adult population. That should accelerate.
This country will have enough vaccine supply, I'll say it again, for every adult in America by the end of May.
Johnson & Johnson production will need to pick up a little. We're told it will.
We are not in a habit of overpromising.
Today in Florida, another FEMA-supported site opened to the public where some folks get a choice, Pfizer or J&J. Dolly Parton, who helped finance the Moderna vaccine, just got her shot.
Vaccine, 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 vaccine. I'm begging of you, please don't hesitate.
Because they help slow spread. New nursing home cases reportedly down more than 80% from the peak in December, suggesting that the vaccines are working.
And Mississippi removed their mask mandate on Wednesday, and Texas looks to open their state to 100% by March 10th. Dr. Anthony Fauci spoke out after Texas and Mississippi decided to do away with restrictions. He is worried that this will lead to another surge.
I don't know why they're doing it, but it certainly from a public health standpoint is ill-advised. If you look at right now the curves of the diminution of infections that are going down, it's reached the point where the last 7 days it's plateaued. We've been to this scene before months and months ago when we tried to open up the country and open up the economy. When certain states did not abide by the guidelines, we had rebounds which were very troublesome. What we don't need right now is another surge.
And yesterday, Alabama Governor Kay Ivey announced that she would be changing her safer-at-home health order restrictions are now able to open at full capacity, and mask mandate will end in April.
While mask mandates are being lifted, masking up is going to remain a must at many businesses. Several big box retailers and pharmacies will continue to require masks for both employees and customers. The mask rule will also stay in effect at GM's and Toyota's manufacturing facilities. However, grocery stores, including Albertsons, will require masks only for employees. For customers, those masks will only be a recommendation.
The abandoning of restrictions comes days just after the U.S. approved emergency use of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. The new vaccine was approved on Sunday, and the company plans to have 20 million people vaccinated by the end of March.
Right now, though, the vaccine is only available for those 18 years old and older, but Johnson & Johnson CEO Alex Gorski says he thinks the company will have coronavirus vaccines available for kids by September. Take a listen.
Is it possible that vaccines would be available for children under 18 by September when parents want them to go back to school? Or are we really thinking, should we be thinking more about the end of the year?
I think it's likely to occur right in that timeline. The good news is that the FDA is already working with companies to establish the clear regulatory guidelines so that the appropriate data can be collected.
Now, Gorski says one benefit of the J&J vaccine is this type of shot has been used in younger age groups before. The company announced last week it plans to study the vaccine in kids starting with children ages 12 to 18. Both Pfizer and Moderna, they're currently doing trials in children, Rebecca.
Even with the new vaccine, the Biden administration isn't sure about its original goal of having enough vaccine to supply vaccinated all American adults by the end of May. The White House senior advisor Andy Slative explained this in a teleconference on Wednesday.
We got extreme levels of cooperation from private sector partners and everybody to say, let's follow the president's pledge, move forward and try to make sure we can get everybody vaccinated as quickly as possible. We are not in a habit of overpromising, and therefore, even as of several weeks ago, before such time as the approval of Johnson & Johnson, the president was talking about moving up the date till the end of July.
Despite this, Indiana continues to make strides. For the second time in less than a week, more Hoosiers will be able to get the COVID vaccine. State leaders announcing Wednesday people 50 years and older can now get the shot. Indiana will have access to Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson vaccines. Officials are urging those eligible to get vaccinated.
What's most important to understand is that all 3 vaccines are highly effective and successful at preventing hospitalizations and deaths, and those are the results we want to see with any vaccine. Our recommendation to Hoosiers is to get whatever vaccine is available as soon as you are eligible to get it.
The governor says the age requirement to get the vaccine will soon move to 40 years and above, but no word yet when that could be. And now, Ball State is planning to have in-person commencement ceremonies.
Yeah, I've talked to a lot of students. They're telling me that they're excited about this. President Jeffrey Mearns, he made that announcement in an email to students this week. So here's the details. The ceremonies are going to be happening at Schumann Stadium. This is in order to accommodate physical distancing requirements. So the SHU will be the host site. Students completing graduate schools are going to have their commencement on Friday, May 7th. Let's turn the page one day later. Yours truly, he'll be getting his degree, all undergraduate degrees for spring 2021 grads will be handed out at that time. And then if you want to get your degree and you're a 2020 grad, you're going to be able to do that on Sunday, May 15th. Anyone who wants to participate must register before March 29th. And one other note, Rebecca, I know that people will be getting their vaccine in order of their major, so the timing will be based on your major. And by the way, March 11th marks 1 year since the World Health Organization declared COVID-19 a pandemic. We've been covering it since the beginning, and our sister show, Newslink Indiana, we're going to be having a special for you on Thursday at 9:30. Coronavirus pandemic, 1 year later. We'll be looking back at everything that has happened. We'll check out the impact on Delaware County and here on campus, plus a look at how the sports world was hit hard by all of this, and you'll get an inside look at how we've covered all of this throughout the past year. Again, that's Thursday at 9:30. Of course, it's been a long ride, and you know what? By the time we get to next week, I'm hearing that we're going to have warmer temperatures, so I'm excited about that. But across the country, different weather.
I sure do hope so. I really need some warmth. I need to get my tan on.
Yeah, so I know warmer weather is on the way here. Let's talk Florida. Let's talk the East. Let's talk the West. Hope, good morning to you.
Good morning, guys, and it is a cooler morning to start with as we look at the current temperatures across the nation. 25 degrees here in Muncie, 34 in Minneapolis, and 47 down in Las Vegas. And as we look at today's highs, today in Cincinnati, they're going to reach a high of 44 degrees. Las Vegas hitting 71 degrees this afternoon. And as we look at the current watches and warnings, there's not much happening, but as you guys mentioned earlier in the show, these flood warnings in Kentucky continue, and those rivers are on the rise for later on or through the month of March. And as we head over, we can see that the Dakotas and Nebraska continue to have a dense fog advisory, and due to the drought that they are in currently, they have a fire watch, and they will want to be paying attention to that as fires are probable later on into the week. And as we look at our radar, there's also not much happening on the radar currently, but down in Oklahoma, Texas, and Kansas, there is a system, and then over to our northwest, there is another system up there. And as we look at the Climate Prediction Center, they put out these for the next 6 to 10 days for March 10th to March 14th. We have a high probability of having above average precipitation, and so does much of the U.S. And as we look into those temperatures, I know most of us are wanting these above average temperatures, and for us, we have that high probability of having above average temperatures, but then over on the West Coast, they have a high probability of having below average temperatures. And so, guys, I am so stoked for these above average temperatures later on to the week and into next week.
So when Hope was showing the temperatures, I saw a 74 in Miami Beach.
Ooh.
That would be nice, but I know that that's below average for them.
Yeah, but for us next week, we might even be hitting 60s, and I will take that for sure.
Yeah, Absolutely. I'll definitely take it as well. Thank you so much, Hope.
And in just a moment, a popular sports drink is going to keep you hydrated by tracking your sweat. I
don't know how I feel about this one. We'll talk about that after a message from Mitt. Stay with us.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, Mitts will take you there.
Welcome back. The current time is 8:20 and you're taking a look at our beautiful campus outside.
Yeah, what a beautiful shot there this morning. And let's talk about this right here. Gatorade wants to help you enhance your workouts by tracking your sweat. I don't know how I feel about this. This is kind of strange. How will they do this? Well, meet the GX Sweat Patch. It's a sticker that goes on your inner arm before a workout. Then it measures how much sweat you produce. Gatorade's app will tell you how much fluid and sodium you've lost and how much of its sports drink you must consume in order to replenish it. Each patch can only be used once, and you can get 2 for $25. Here's the good news. Once you know how much you need to drink in a typical workout, you won't have to buy more patches unless you change your routine or your environment. No words. I don't like this.
No, I think it's nice.
I think it's nice, but here's the good news. I'll probably never use it. I don't work out. I need to get back on the treadmill, though, because I've been gaining that winter weight. But the good news is, though, better workout weather is on the way.
Absolutely. I'm ready for the better workout weather. So let's turn it over to weather and see what's going
Ryan,
on.
What do we have?
Actually, I like the workout weather as well because both of us, we all need to get back into that regime of working out and doing some exercising right now, and the weather will be perfect for that next week, which I'll get to in just a moment. But first of all, these temperatures right now, they're still quite chilly right now. 27 degrees in Indianapolis, 25 degrees in Muncie. Fort Wayne is sitting at 24 degrees at this hour. As you look at this radar right now, you're going to see everything's pretty calm, pretty clear right now, and that's due to this high pressure system that's sitting up here in Wisconsin, which is also going to keep this weather system down here in Kansas and back over there in Oklahoma, back down there to our south. It's going to pretty much push it down to our south, so we don't have to worry about any rain in our area, at least not until later on next week, where you will see in my 7-day forecast in just a few moments. For today, you're going to see that those temperatures at 9 o'clock will be 29 degrees. It's still pretty chilly in the morning. And you're going to see it will gradually warm up. It won't be as warm as it's been the previous couple days, but don't worry about that. It will be coming up very shortly next week, so we don't have to worry about it being chilly like this for a long period of time. For tonight, we have 23 degrees will be our temperature, north-northwest winds at 5 to 10 miles an hour. For tomorrow, we're going to see that those temperatures are going to be relatively, I'm going to step off for a second, relatively chilly as you see to start off the day. 32 degrees will be our temperature in the morning at 9 o'clock. 40 degrees and 44 degrees will be our temperature as we go through the day on Saturday. Now, if you take a look at that jet stream is going to pretty much tell the tale of how it is going to be this weekend. You're going to see that the chilly air is going to still be within our area, but as you look, as we go through on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, you're going to see that those warmer colors, yellows, and even some of those greens come into our area. Those 60-degree temperatures actually return into our area, and that's great news for me because that leads us to spring. And spring is actually only a couple of weeks away from us, and I know I'm looking forward to it. I know a lot of you are looking forward to it. 15 days away of spring is as we approach March 20th right now. So it's coming, so we gotta be a little bit patient right now. So as you look at the 7-day forecast, as I just mentioned, 45 degrees, 46 degrees on Saturday, 47 degrees on Sunday. But take a look at the early part of next week. You're going to see that those 60s will return back into our area. Yes, 66 degrees on Wednesday. So, yes, we do have a chance of rain, like I just mentioned. We do have some rain chances coming to our area. I'm sorry, I can't be perfect for everything,
okay.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, I know you all are happy for those 60-degree temperatures. Maybe we might scratch out 70. That's no guarantee, but some slight possibility that those 70-degree temperatures could come into our area. I'll be excited for it. I know you two will be excited for that.
Yeah, the good news is that early next week will be good workout weather if you want to get that Gatorade patch on. Ryan, thank you so much.
And after the break, your top headlines from this week in Cardinal Weather News Minute.
We've got those stories for you. Stay with us. welcome back. Time to take a look at some of the top stories from this week in your Cardinal Weather News Minute. A Kansas man has been identified after leading police on 2 chases Wednesday afternoon. 28-year-old Jonathan Allen is accused of firing shots at police. According to Indiana State Police, Allen led Muncie police on a chase which was terminated near Delta High School. He later led officers with the Delaware County Sheriff's Department on a chase that ended when he crashed into a parked car at the intersection of Centennial and Walnut. He was taken to the hospital to be treated for a gunshot wound. It's not clear if Allen shot himself or if he was shot by police. A Muncie man was arrested and is accused of killing 3 Detroit men in a Muncie apartment complex. 18-year-old Chandler Harris faces murder and robbery charges. Investigators were called to the Elgin Manor apartment complex on the morning of February 19th. When they arrived, they found 3 men dead from gunshot wounds. Online jail records indicate Harris was taken into custody just before 2 yesterday morning. And finally, an election that did not come down to the wire. The only slate that ran in the student government election took home the victory. Strive will be the next SGA administration. The slate took to Instagram to thank students for their support. According to the SGA Elections Board, 71% of students voted for Strive and 29% voted no confidence. A total of 644 votes were cast in this year's election. Strive will be inaugurated on April 21st. And that's your Cardinal Weather News Minute here on this Friday morning.
Warmer temperatures are coming back at least, so we don't have to worry about those ice storms.
Yeah, but you might be asking what exactly causes them. Jack Van Meter is breaking down the science for us. Good morning, Jack. Oh, do you want us to talk? Hey, let's talk a little bit. Apparently we're having some technical issues there. But I know if you could hear Jack, you would be hearing a lot of fun stuff. Ryan, how about you come over here?
Most certainly.
Let's talk a little bit of weather. I know warmer weather is on the way. So the good news is that we've got more spring-like weather.
Yes.
As we take a look at that 7-day forecast, I know we've got a little extra time here. Let's take a look at it. What we got?
Well, you do have those warmer temperatures, especially next week. You're going to take a look at Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and Thursday. Look at the 58 on Monday, 62 on Tuesday, but look at Wednesday, 66 degrees, and wow. I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully, maybe some areas can even see 70, but that's a far-fetched opportunity right there. And Thursday, 61 degrees. We do have to have those rain chances in our area coming to our area on Wednesday, so we do have to watch out for that.
Yeah, so looking at that 7 day, I know Monday and Tuesday will be good workout weather. So
yes.
You know what? I won't be sticking to the typical push up on the desk, which I typically do. You know, you'll be able to go out, you'll be able to get a run. You know, it's looking really nice, especially considering that we've been dealing with a lot of that colder weather.
Yes, absolutely.
Because I know we were talking about how back in February we dealt with very chilly weather, record cold. So warmer weather is on the way. You know, what else could we expect beyond that 7-day outlook?
Well, temperatures will actually start to cool off a little bit after we get through that 7 day, but we should stay above average. We don't have to, right now we don't have to worry about any snow in the forecast, so that's actually good news right there. But we do have to worry about the rain chances picking back up next week.
Yeah, so rain chances on the way. It beats the snow though, right?
Oh, absolutely. I will take rain, sleet, anything over this freezing Indiana snow.
Yeah, absolutely, because I know the warmer weather is really what we like. You know, spring is on the way. How many days again? What, 15 days?
Yeah, 15 days, exactly. 15 days to be exact.
So we're counting it down. We've got 15 days until we're able to just deal with the spring weather. I know severe weather preparedness week, though, that'll be coming up soon.
Yes.
So, of course, we'll have to watch out for tornadoes and, you know, different types of severe weather. But the good news is it seems like for now, the rain is done. Ryan, thank you so much.
Yes, and, you know, that's all that we have this morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, we'll see you back here next Friday. Newslink Indiana has your headlines this morning at 11:30 on Newslink Indiana Midday. Have a great weekend.